எல்லாத்துக்கும் வணக்கம். Very good evening to all the brothers and sisters in this group. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 is something which we talk about risk and insurance. Okay, this is risk and insurance. This is chapter 1. These are the matters we're going to discuss. Okay, and these are the things they're going to ask. I want you people to understand what this risk mean. Risk can be hazard, danger or chance of lose or injury, the degree of probability of losing, a person thinks of factor likely to lose or danger. In nutshell, insurance is to replace the monetary value. And how the insurance company to do this, they have to assess the risk. So here as an insurance agent, we have to look at this particular concept. Everybody must understand what this risk mean. And when you look at the risk, there's a 4 type of risk. The first one is pure risk, speculative risk, fundamental risk and particular risk. So guys, please remember this pure risk. What is this pure risk? What is speculative risk? What is this fundamental risk and particular risk? So when you look at that thing, pure risk is something which stock on fire. You can realize stock on fire. You keep something in your factory, caught by fire and destroyed. That is pure risk. Traditionally, the basic of insurance coverage. That is one thing. Second thing is a speculative risk. Speculative risk is Forex, Kuala Lumpur Stocks Exchange, and Toto, KTM, Kuda, Magnum, Toto. All this is speculative risk. You take a calculated risk, risk on this. The third thing is fundamental risk. Fundamental risk mean it cannot be measured financially, like Iraq war, Twin Tower attack, COVID-19. All these things is fundamental risk, which cannot be measured in financial terms. The next one is particular risk. Particular risk is individual related risk. So we talk about particular risk. Particular risk is something which related to people and family. So people and family mean it's related to death, illness and accident. So guys, these 4 risks: pure risk, speculative risk, fundamental risk and particular risk. Please differentiate each and every risk. So I already give an example on the pure risk. I already give an example on the speculative risk, fundamental risk and particular risk. Take note on this risk. Okay, so they will ask a question on this particular thing. They give one particular risk and they will ask you what risk is that. So you have to answer it. Okay, next one is this: peril, hazard and loss. These words you must know. As an insurance agent, you differentiate this particular 3 words. What is this peril all about? Peril is the word used by the insurance guys to define cost of loss. What is the cost of loss? Okay, example here is fire, theft, accident, illness, food and earthquake. So you see there's a different kind of condition. Peril is the cost of the loss, and let's say we take it on a fire. What kind of risk is that? Fire. Fire is something related to pure risk. When you look at the illness, it's related to particular risk. So they might ask, they give an example, what risk is that? So you have to identify. So when you know the meaning of peril and you know the 4 type of risk, you are almost there to pass the exam. Okay, next one. So we look at this where peril is important. Peril is something cost a loss. Second thing is hazard. Hazard is the condition which increase the chances of loss. For an example, now you have a grocery shop next to school, another grocery shop at a place where next to petrol station. You see what is the condition now? So petrol station is the hazard that increase the chances for the grocery shop to caught by fire. So petrol station is a hazard here. So when you look at this, you should know what is this hazard all about. Okay, next one, physical mean like a structure of the building, what kind of material they use, wooden material, all these fall under the physical. Second is moral. Moral more to drugs and all that. Legal is people are suing. When you look at these, moral, can you insure moral value? You cannot insure. When you cannot insure moral value, it's under fundamental risk. Next is loss. Loss here, a reduction or disappearance of economy value. Three things: peril, hazard, and loss. Any one time the natural value, the actual value lost by any damages, that particular value will be replaced under insurance. So please remember peril, hazard, and loss. The next thing which I want to share is risk management. When you look at the risk management, there's a 3 steps always. There's a process. The first process, you have to identify the risk, analyze the risk, and control the risk. So these basic 3 things you have to look at it. When you look at it, this identify, analysis, and control the risk, and things are moving forward. So what is this identify? Okay, before we go into the identify and all that, please look at it. Risk handling method: avoid, prevention, control, retain, and transfer. One, when you look at the risk handling method, when you look at it, this non-participating of such activity. Say you are traveling from Kuala Seremban to Penang to deliver a parcel. We take it that as an example. You said, I don't want to deliver, I don't want that order. That means you don't want to get involved in the traveling, get caught in the traffic, police, and all that stuff. So avoid. Second, prevent. You increase the safety methods and implementation of the safety methods. That means we reduce the risk. We implement. We take a proper car, check the condition of the car, and take the report, permits from the police and all that. Go under prevention. Third one, we will put the damage control. Damage control means make sure that you not carry the whole goods with one car. You take it, let's say you have a 2 container or 2 box of egg, example. One box you keep it in the first car, second box you keep it in the second car. If anything happen, at least only one box gone. The other box you'll say is fall under control. The third one, retain, bear the losses. So you must make sure that whatever losses happen, you're able to bear the losses. That is called retain. It won't make your business collapse or your family income collapse or the whole family collapse. So we have to take it a calculated risk, if in layman terms. The other one is transfer risk. Transfer risk means you are traveling, delivering these goods from Seremban to Penang, but you say, oh no, I don't want to take a risk. I engage a transport company or I engage a courier service so that the goods or the expectation will be delivered, but you won't get involved in the process. So in such situation, we take it a personal risk, you give it to the company, and the company will take the risk, because for the company, they have a different kind of a measurement or mechanism to deliver the goods. They may put into you deliver Apple, example, they put in a cold box, or they have an escort. Let's say you are sending a chips, computer chip, they might hire a security and all that. So we transfer the risk. So here, friends, please take note on these 5 words. These 5 words is important words. I already highlighted and forwarded this, if not mistaken, these slides to you. So you don't need to worry. Just remember these 5 words. And if you're not sure with the English term, for me to explain to you, you can Google and get in Tamil translation or Bahasa translation, translation, get things done. And make sure these words hammer into your mind and you are familiar with these terms. Okay. Next one, what will happen is 3 function of insurance. 1, risk transfer, equitable premium, and common pool. That is the function of insurance and takaful. 3 function of insurance. Okay, insurance and takaful, what are 3 functions? First function, insurance, they want to transfer the risk. Second one, they want to offer or transfer the risk with affordable premium. Third one, you give the premium and we have a pool of people who can commonly share the expenses, the risk. So that fall under insurance and takaful. 3 function of insurance. I repeat again, risk transfer, equitable premium, common pool. When you look at it, You give the premium, I take care of the risk. That is called in exchange of protection. And we will calculate sum assured with the premium as a basis. Premium will be the basis on the risk. So that are the keywords. So when insurance and takaful, they may ask what is function of insurance, second function, third function, or sometimes they ask following are the function of the insurance except. Always remember they use this question. Following are the benefit or important or something like that, except or not correct. So on that basis, things are getting into it. Okay. So this is something which we take it as insurance and takaful. Okay. Next one, when you look at it at this particular term, there's a few words I really want you guys to take note. Sometimes we are not a Muslim, so our Muslim friends, they are very familiar with this particular term. So riba, mudraba and baru. So these three terms, please remember and get familiarized. The English translation is that mutual assistance means takaful. That is the direct translation of takaful meaning and derived from Arabic word. And this takaful product or business was taken care of, monitored or facilitated by Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia. They call a SAC, Sharia Advisory Council. They the one who facilitate and monitor the takaful product, service and all that. So the three keywords, please take note. In riba, mudraba and tabaru. And normally when they ask question, they ask what is the meaning or the translation, and if you don't know the meaning, you cannot give a guess. Let's say you guess, they give one and you have a 3 answers here. So the chances of you not answering the right answer is 75, because one right answer and here got 3. So 4. Out of the 4, 1 is right answer. So we don't take a risk. Even one question is important for you to pass. We don't want any fail. Okay, so please take note on this. Next one, this is something related to the benefit of insurance. Okay, look at it. The benefit of insurance, and this is what the chapter 1 always talking about. The first is peace of mind. Second is cost stabilization, loss control, social benefit, compel saving, capital for investment, creation of employment. Here we go through few things which maybe I want to explain. One, peace of mind, you should know. Second thing, cost stabilization. Let's say I don't insure my goods and I'm not able to set the price at the a standard price, as I don't know if anything happened to the product or company or damages through the trans or during the shipment, 100% loss. So I have to set a higher price for me to absorb the loss or to cover the loss. As such, when I buy an insurance policy, we able to minimize the loss so that I able to set a standard price on this. Next one, loss control, we did explain. Social benefit. The last one is a public policy. Public policy is a moral value, ethic. Risk of the criminal ventures can't be insured. Because moral value, can you insure? Cannot insure. So public policy is not insurable interest. So these are the some kind of nature of insurable interest examples we have to take it.